Okay, we're going through the patient-centered operations. Okay, remember, so we've looked at our history in the back. We've went to the front, greeted the patient. I like to say a little bit about welcome to the joint. We got about 400 clinics throughout the country. Once we get you entered into the system, today we will do that. You can go to any of those 400 joint clinics and your file will pop up. Okay, so I like to say that. That's my greeting. Then I go into my chiropractic preview. I go into my history. I do my exam, and then there's my report of findings. So I'm going to give a little bit of a report of findings for a joint muscle problem. Okay, Mrs. Jones, go ahead and have a seat there. Let's go over what we found, okay? And this is the moment. I think the report of findings is the biggest piece that you have of the educational component of the patient. Remember, there's some education into the chiropractic preview, but this is what the patient came in here for. Here's where you're going to tell them, what do I have? Subluxation fixation. Okay? So, Mrs. Jones, we checked your nerve. The nerve is good. You don't have a pinched nerve. That's the worst one. We take it off the table. The next thing I did is I poked around at the muscles. I'm looking for spasms or knots. Didn't find any spasms. I found a lot of knots. You remember those little things that I was poking on that were painful? That's a condition called myelofasciitis. It's where, if these are the fibers of the muscles, they come together and they literally form a knot. We're going to give you some stretches to start pulling those out. You're not going to stretch one time and pull the knot out. Okay, you're going to have to work at it a little bit, but eventually we'll get that knot to loosen up. The next thing that we did is we looked at the joints. Okay, now you've got a couple old injuries in here from athletics. You've got a couple car accidents. Because of old injuries, poor posture, and remember, sitting is a poor posture, and you're at the computer a lot, okay, probably hours a day, that's a poor posture. So because of old injuries, poor posture, poor sleeping habits, genetics, or combination of those factors, some of those joints can start to stiffen or tighten up or lock up. Okay, so for instance, if we have two vertebrae and it should be moving like this, yours are kind of moving like this. So they're tight and they're locked. What a chiropractor does, have you heard, we pop, crack, manipulate, or adjust. And what that does is it loosens up the joints, okay? You're probably going to hear a little pop or crack when we do that. And you can get a little bit sore when we first start to work you with that. You shouldn't be bad, you just get a little bit sore. But we're going to go ahead and loosen those joints up so that the spine can function better, causing less pain.
Beautiful.